God, my voice sounds terrible. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. You know, guys, I don't normally preface my videos on Neon Trash with segments such as this. So if you're here for the movie review, you might want to fast forward a little bit. It's been a tough year for me and my family, to say the very least. Trying to be a good dad and a good parent while simultaneously working full-time after being put through the meat grinder while being sick. You guys don't know me. If you're one of the hundreds of viewers that tunes in regularly to Neon Trash, so this might seem a little personable in a way, maybe off-putting. And I want to be a good dad. I want to be a good husband. I want to be the best person I can be. Tonight, I wanted to cover a movie that I thought would be fitting for that vibe. And if you can forgive this terrible sounding voice, then I'll give you my review, because I guarantee you I won't sound like this forever. I'm at my wit's end. I've been wanting to do group reviews on the channel for weeks now, months it seems, and I just can't do it. I've been so sick. My wife's been sick. My baby's been sick. And it's so exhausting. The country is so exhausting. Yeah, it gets tough. It's really hard. So tonight we're going to be covering a movie that I like a lot. And we're going to do a normal intro. But I wanted to encapsulate the vibe I'm feeling right now, and to give you guys an explanation as to why I sound like I've been smoking cigars for 15 years, because I haven't been. So without further ado, guys, the fucking review. Welcome back to Neon Trash. I'm your host, Tommy the Hammer. Tonight we're going to be touching on David Cronenberg's flick, Spider. I saw this movie twice back in the day when it was released, once by myself, and I thought it was amazing, so much so that I had to show it to my brother to see if it was just as amazing as I thought it was, and he liked it a lot too. So I haven't watched it that much, but I've been really itching to cover it on my channel again. You know what, guys? I'm going to let you check out the trailer, and when we get back, you're going to know my opinion on Spider.
Who are you?
There's a good boy. Tell your father his dinner's on the table.
It's not on the table.
It's not on the table.
Well, it will be by the time you get him out of that pub.
Dad?
Dad?
You're both murderers.
We're both murderers.
Are you making progress?
I remember how I'd see the webs in the trees. Like clouds of muslin, they were.
Spider's webs.
Of course, spiders' webs. Who else makes webs?
Spider?
What have you done?
So obviously I can't relate fully to the main character of Spider. He is a deeply troubled man that has experienced a lot of trauma throughout his life, or so it would seem. Most of this movie is kind of ambiguous, but one thing that is apparent is our main character Spider has suffered some sort of a mental breakdown. So there's a part to this movie where Ralph Fiennes' character is kind of walking around the neighborhood that he grew up in as a child, and he's kind of putting together the pieces of his past. So you, the viewer, are with him the entire time. I found this to be fascinating because there are scenes with him, and there are scenes with him and his younger self. And in a way, it's kind of this voyeuristic quality, almost as if he's spying on his child self, who is also spying on his parents and the abusive relationship that unfolds with them. The father in the movie is played by Gabriel Byrne, a superb actor that I feel like doesn't get enough respect in terms of mainstream films. And he's, quite frankly, in this movie, terrifying, intimidating, off-putting, crass, rude, abusive, all of these things. But eventually, as the movie starts unfolding itself, you start to question our main character, Spider, if he remembers the things that happened in his childhood in the correct manner. I found this to be fascinating. It's almost as if David Cronenberg was taking this weird, kind of confusing nature as a secondary character for the audience, almost as if he wanted you, the viewer, to feel like you were a little bit losing your mind. I feel like the world around us can be a desolate and lonely place, one that feels very alien to us, especially if you've suffered tragedy or a traumatic experience. I feel like sometimes that could leave you feeling distanced from the world and the people around you. David Cronenberg, he's one of the best. I love his films, I love his direction, and I love the man. So I found this movie to be a superb third watching. I could see where someone would be like, Tom, this isn't entirely perfect. Yeah, some of the elements are ambiguous. Some of it can be kind of disjointed and confusing. Whereas I see that as that separate entity that Cronenberg is trying to create for the audience to understand a person that is suffering a psychological affliction. Someone else might come into this movie and be like, ain't that convenient? The vague nature of this narrative, or the confusing nature of these plot elements, serves the director, or serves the story to manipulate the audience. I understand both perspectives, but I gotta say, I disagree with that. Out of 10 stars, I could give the movie Spider, I'm gonna go with a solid 8.5 out of 10. I hope I've been informative, guys. Until the next time, tune in to Neon Trash. And I hope my voice wasn't too off-putting. Cheers, guys. Good night, folks.